MBA in marketing, and I thought that, and this was in around 97, 98, and I thought that, if I get into an advertising agency, I will be able to get into ad films. That was, I don't know why I had this kind of a thought. There was nobody to guide at that time, so I finished my MBA, got into an advertising in Pune called Fountainhead Advertising, and I was a client servicing person. I was an account executive, and I was selling ads at that time. And I realized after working there for a year or something, and I realized that this is not taking me anywhere into ad films. So I discontinued. I then got into a mass communication course. So after finishing my MBA, I got into a mass communication course. I studied filmmaking, and at home I had to tell them that I'm doing journalism, because they were strictly against me getting into feature films, like into films. So I told them I'm doing journalism, and for that I went to Z News in 99. I did an internship, and I worked for almost 6-8 months over there, trying to convince my folks at home that I'm doing journalism. And then I told them later that journalism, there is no scope in journalism, and that's the reason why I have to take up films. I do not have a choice. And then I passed out in 2001, and I got a job in Abhinay Dev's company called RDP, Ramesh Dev Production. And in the beginning 5 months there was no money. I was a trainee, and after 5 months then they gave me a salary of 2,500 rupees. Like, that was a kind of a, that was big at that time, 2,500 rupees. This is 2001. So and for the next 5-6 years I was doing advertising. I was doing ad films, and I assisted like all I assisted Abhinay Dev, I assisted Ram Madhwani, Oni, Prasoon Pandey, Tarsem Singh. When Tarsem used to come down and do films in India, I used to assist him. So I was doing ad films, and the funniest thing is, I did not want to do feature films. I was absolutely not interested in feature films. A few times there were offers coming which came from feature film companies. Rajshri Productions wanted me as an AD. I refused. I was working in Yash Raj's ad film division, and it used to happen in such a way that the film division, the film section was on the same floor as our ad division was, and there were too many times, like we used to cross our paths, and there were so many times when people would ask me that you don't want to come into films, and I would say no, I don't want to come into films. I don't want to work in feature film. I really did not want to work in feature film. I started directing for White Light. I did some 4-5 ads for White Light, and by that time in 2005 or 6, I got a call from Midday, the producers of Black Friday. They were doing a documentary on the business of Mumbai underworld, and in that there was a section of recreation of some kind of a Firoti which Bablu Srivastav, the gangster, had done, and I had to shoot that. I had to write that and I shoot that. So I met Arindam Mitra, who was the producer, and he said, you know Hindi, no? So I said, yeah, I know Hindi. So why didn't you write this? So that was the criteria for me to write the script, and I was baffled. Like I said, there's no way that I can write something. I do not know the craft of writing. So, but still, I wrote that and I submitted, and he said, like, it's a fantastic script. Just why don't you go and shoot it? I went and shot it, and the long format bug hit me, and that was the last I saw of advertising. I did not go back into advertising, and I was, the strange thing is, I was earning very well in advertising. I used to charge around 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees per ad film, per day of shoot for an ad film, and I was getting that. I was shooting almost 3 ads in a month, and I quit that for a salary of 45,000 rupees. So there was a huge cut which I took, and then Arindam, one day suddenly he had a deal with Pratishnandi Communications, and he formed an outfit called Guerrilla Flex. And he came to me and he said that if you can if you can write a script in 1 month, we'll start your shoot of your film. And the only thing which I had written before that was that 45-minute, that 45-minute script. And I shut myself off. I just locked myself in the room. I switched off my phone. I did not watch television. I did not watch anything. And in a month, I wrote the script of a film called Saluun, and I presented it. And they loved the script. And in the next month, I was already doing prep for my film. So if somebody would have told me some 3 months back that you will be shooting your feature film in the next 3 months, I wouldn't have believed him. It was a shoestring budget film, and Saluun was supposed to be a direct to digital, a direct to satellite, and unfortunately, the satellite market crashed in 2008. And my film went to a lot of festivals, got awards in festivals as the most comic satire film, and it went to Cairo Film Festival. It's a dark comedy, and it got some awards, but it did not release. And when the film does not release, you can't go back to being an assistant. You can't go back. I couldn't go back to advertising because it had taken me almost 2.5-3 years for my film to get completed. And by that time, I had lost contacts in advertising. I could not get back to advertising. I could not go back to become the first AD, which I was earlier, and I was not a director because my film had not released. So what happened was, it was a situation of, I would say, Trishanku. Na idhar ka tha, na udhar ka tha. And then my struggle began, and it was an 8-year-long patch. I was constantly thinking that, I used to get a lot of offers from television, and television used to pay a lot at that time. And I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to do feature films, and I just wanted to do films. And I did not want to do ad films also at that time. And I didn't have money. I had, sometimes I had 600 rupees in my account, 800 rupees in my account. My wife was earning, and even she had just started earning. So she would she would put some money in my account, and that's the only money which I would have had to sustain. Suddenly I had some 3,000 rupees in my account, and I would say, wow, it's party time for me. And it was very tough. It was very tough because I would go and pitch my stories and my scripts, and they would say, great, it's a great story, but you don't have a film, so we can't we can't go around making the film. I have a tendency to, if I'm looking out a window, I look at the sky. I will not look at the ground. So I thought that if there are 4 production houses who have signed this film, that means there is a merit in this story. There's a merit in the script. Every time if I'm pitching to an actor, the actor says yes. So then there's definitely hope at the end of the day. Yes, there were so many times I would feel let down whenever there would be a call, and they would say that, sorry, we can't go ahead. So a few days it would be a little downer. And I remember in 2014 or something, I was feeling really, really down. And I took the longest bath of my life. For almost 1.5 to 2 hours, I was taking a bath, and I was thinking about all my friends, colleagues, peers who have just gone ahead. My cousins, everybody's gone ahead of my, they have gone ahead in life, and I have just, been left behind. And I remember I got out of my bath, and I said that from tomorrow onwards I will start going out the way I like I'm doing a job. So what I did was I started going out at 10 o'clock in the morning and to look for work, and I would go around sitting in cafes trying to get to meet people, and would come back around 8 o'clock in the night, as if it was my job, as if it is a job that I have a 10 o'clock call time. So that, and I started meeting people. I started, you meet one person and you try and tell the person, then he talks to somebody else, and he talks to somebody else, and in a matter of 1 year, 1.5 years, I got Brijmona Marre. So that was something, and my agency at that time, Tulsi, they were really with me. They were really pushing hard, and through them I got Brijmona Marre.